Hi, I'm Rose Sweet, Catholic author, speaker, life and relationship coach, and today we're going to talk about something negative, but it's really going to be positive in the long run, and that is the 10 common relationship pitfalls. There really are more than 10, but today we're going to start with 10. So let's dive in right away. Number 1, not listening well. Okay, face it. Most of us are not very good listeners. We get easily distracted. We think we know what they're already going to say and we're trying to finish their sentence for them. And we're, preparing our rebuttal or our commentary, or they're talking about something that they did. We want to talk about something we did. We need to learn to slow down and to get out of ourselves and listen well. There are books and videos and all kinds of things on the internet that you can find to help you be a good listener. You can practice with your family and friends. Trust me, that's why I put this up at the top of the list. If we can get this right, we're going to be way ahead in every one of our relationships. Number 2, being passive. I am not passive. I was born with a double extroverted temperament, and I struggle to keep my mouth shut and to wait my turn and to not really say what I'm thinking. There's great wisdom in that. But we can go to the other extreme. And when you're passive, that means you wait a little too long. It means you don't speak up when you should. And usually it's fear-based. It's fear of being exposed, fear of losing your comfort, fear of losing security. It's a very complex topic. But ask your friends, and this is what I say in almost all my videos, go to a good and trusted friend who will tell you the truth and say, do you think I'm too passive? And then just sit back and go back to number 1, listen well and receive it. Number 3 of 10 common relationship pitfalls, being dominant. Of course, this has been my natural struggle all my life. Dominant people tend to think that God put them in charge of the world to fix and lead and guide and change and control everybody in the universe. Now let's go back. Those passive people also like to control, only they do it quietly and behind the scenes. We all like to control our environment and our relationships. But dominant people need to be quiet, let other people speak, to not always have an opinion, and to not fix or lead or take charge. Sometimes it's the best thing, the best loving thing to do in a relationship is step back and let the other person make their own decision and let them be wrong, unless they're bringing grave danger to themselves. But God even does that to us. He's the most dominant of all. He is God. But he allows us the freedom sometimes to hang ourselves, but also to make our own path. We need to give that same courtesy, as it were, in relationships to other people. Number 4, I hate this one, being late. You've probably heard it said that if you're not 5 minutes early, you are late. Being late is a habit for some people, and they just excuse it with like, oh, well, the people are really nice, they don't care, and what's 5 minutes, what's 10 minutes? But it really is a sign of disrespect. I know on my end, let's say I'm throwing a dinner party, and I know they're coming at 5:30. I race around the house to make sure everything is perfect exactly at 5:25, because I don't want my guests to come in and have me be in the back room still doing something or whatever. So as a courtesy to them, I make myself on time. When they don't show up for 20 minutes and I'm sitting there and the house is perfect and the cocktails are getting cold, I can tend to get irritated. So it's a sign of disrespect when you're late. Just if you have that habit, try to break it. Number 5, this is another horrible one, criticizing. Is it your responsibility to criticize the other person? Well, I was just trying to help. Well, I just care. I really, I know they are worried about it, and I want to make them the best that they can be. They could be so much more, if only. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is not your job. Dr. Gottman, the Gottman Institute has some wonderful resources that I'd like to refer all my listeners to. They're on YouTube as well, and he talks about the 4 ways that he can tell right away if a relationship is doomed to fail. And one of them is criticism. We don't realize how much we criticize even the people we love and live with, our kids, our friends. Oh, you're going to wear that tonight? That's a criticism. No, it was just a question. No, it wasn't. Be honest. It was a criticism. It really said, that kind of looks weird and it's not dressy enough. Are you sure you want to wear that? Because I might be a little bit embarrassed and I want you to look a little bit better. But we don't say those words. We just say, oh, are you wearing that tonight? So I could get off on a whole video just on the criticism thing, but let's keep moving. Let's take a break here at 5 and recap the 10 relationship pitfalls. Not listening well, being passive, being dominant, being late, and criticizing. Number 7 is being chintzy. Now, that is the opposite of being generous. Being chintzy is measured, and authentic love in any relationship is not measured. It's free and it's full and it's abundant. Chintzy is when you go out and you leave exactly 10.37% of a tip, or you're never generous with people in your time or your money or your resources, or you say, okay, well, I just popped into my head. One time I dated a guy and he said, I know you like Chinese food and I like Mexican, so why don't we flip a coin? And I'm like, really? So then he said, okay, we'll go to Chinese food tonight if we can go to Mexican next week. And I thought, wow, where's you know what? We can go to Chinese food, the rest of our lives if that's what you want, because you're so wonderful. That's what we want to hear, face it. So are you chintzy? Are you measured? Are you holding things back to make sure everything is equal and perfect? Don't do that. It's not loving. It's very self-centered. Number 8, taking too much responsibility in the relationship. Especially sometimes we women who are very maternal, which is very caretaking and very responsible. We want to fix and help. So, I remember one time seeing a couple in a restaurant, and as they were leaving the table, she says, oh, I'll get the tip for the car when we get it. And he was like, I got it. And I realized right away she was trying to show that she was loving and supportive and giving, but it wasn't her place to take that responsibility. So that's another thing. Talk to your friends about this. Check your own self. Are you sometimes taking too much responsibility for people? Number 9, not taking enough responsibility. So again, that is not looking ahead, not planning ahead, not realizing that the person that you're dating or you're in a relationship with has certain needs and it's maybe looking to you for some help or some guidance. So again, these last 2 are just 2 extremes of something that should be balanced in the area of responsibility. And last for this series of 10 is placing the burden of your happiness on the other person's shoulders. This is a big thing in all relationships. We do it with our kids, we do it with our coworkers, we do it with everybody, and we can slip into it. The other person is not here to make you happy. You are here to see the other person, to understand the other person, to love the other person appropriately in the way that's appropriate to the relationship. So those are 10 to begin with. It is negative, but if you look at that and take it to heart, take it to prayer, take it to your good friends, and make sure that you are not bringing these into your relationships, it will be a positive thing. So there's more content on our website, CatholicMatch.com. Follow us on Instagram at CatholicMatch, all one word. And if you haven't already, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CatholicMatch, all one word. And I will see you later.